Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad SOLIHIN bin SALUDIN. My matric number is 1190844. So I will share about the consumer credit. Okay, first of all, for consumer credit, I have highlighted two, which is purchasing motor vehicle and purchasing property. Okay, for the motor vehicle, there is four steps that we want to look at is pre-shopping. Pre-shopping, which is before we want to buy a car, what car that we want to buy, and what is the need of the uh, vehicle, which is we want to go to work or use it as a second car and others. And then we move to evaluating the alternative, which is when we want to buy some car or Honda, we want to search or other alternatives such as Proton or Produa, which is whereas they Proton and Produa have a low monthly payment. After we have decided a car that we want to buy, we must determine the purchase, which is we want to take the car, how much year we want to extend the loan for the car, which is 3 years, 4 years, or for car is up to 9 years, 9 years loan payment. So we want to carefully select it, how much that we can afford to buy a car or motor vehicle, or I would like to suggest to buy a used car, which is more financially reasonable. And for after that, we have a post purchase activities after we buy the car. There's still a lot of cost that we will have to face, which is the maintenance and road tax. So when buying this motor vehicle, this is things that we want to consider. And for the purchasing property, this is 5 step. First is determining home ownership needs, whether we want to buy the property to stay in that house, or we want to buy the property for investment, which is we rent it to the other people. Second one is find and evaluate a property to a purchase, which is we must take a good look whether the house is good or have defectives. Whereas I will suggest to the customer to use agent and house inspection to make sure the house is in a good condition. And then for the price of the property, we want to make sure that the property that we want to buy is on the market level. And then I would suggest that the consumer must look 2 or 3 house so they can compare it, and then have the house that best for their price. And then for the obtain the financing, for after we look at the house and we have decided to buy, so we will start to look for loan bank that I would suggest Islamic banking, because it's no riba and no extra interest. So for the financing, for house, we have up to 35 years of financing. So the consumer must decide it how long that they can afford to pay the house, and then want to look at how the contract works, because some loans there is favor for the banking, so we don't want that. And then close the purchase and transaction after we have finished looking at the house, and our financing is good, acceptable, and then we can close the purchase and start with the down payment. Okay, so that is a simple step to buy, uh, purchasing a motor vehicle and property. And and all of it is, I think, 80% of the consumer credit. I think that's all. Thank you.